What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Keith. Welcome back to Retain with Purpose. RWP gang, turn me up, man. Listen, you guys have been wonderful. I just really appreciate you guys' support. You guys are with me on this journey. This is why I strive to stay on this journey. I strive to just, become better, right? Because if I don't become better, it's like, who will? Who's gonna step up and make videos like this? Already, semen retention is being painted in a bad light. So I'm here for you guys, man. If you guys have any questions, man, just DM me on Instagram, right? It's in my link in my bio, and I'll do my best to answer you guys' questions. So without further ado, the topic of this video is going to be about how semen retention teaches you how to be a man. Let's get straight into it, right? So first we got, it gives you the courage to attack the things that scare you. Like, if you're afraid of approaching women, you have an anxiety fear of, being rejected, you're not going to no longer care whether she says yes or no, because you know that you can get a whole nother broad that looks better than her, that actually has a high interest in you, right? So you're not going to care, and you shouldn't care regardless, right? It's going to give you the courage to may even start a YouTube channel, because it's like when we are watching porn, we develop all of these bad habits, and we start to develop all these bad decisions. We start making bad decisions. We start our brain begins to rot. So our brain is not fully functional. It's not running as it should be. So right, you're being able to seek out the things that you want to do and have no problem going to do it, right? When you press record and make a YouTube channel because this is something you want to do, this is your passion, but you're afraid of recording in front of people. You're afraid of what people might think of you online. All these things are just intrusive thoughts that do not serve you, thoughts from the enemy. The enemy does not want you to do things that make you better, right? The enemy is here to destroy you. So when you open doors to watching porn, right? When you watch porn, you're opening yourself up to the demonic. You're lowering your self-esteem watching another person have sex, right? So next we got, it allows you to welcome discipline, right? Because I remember when I wasn't on retention and I was just out here doing whatever, right? It was really hard for me to stay disciplined. I didn't know what I want in life. I didn't know my purpose, right? I figured if I just do a little, that'll just get me by. No, guys, that is the wrong mindset. You have to be great at everything that you do in your life. This is how you allow yourself to be perceived as, a person who is a great person, a person who's not held back by fears of failure, fears of doubt. You become very strong, a strong individual. It's almost as if like you're chosen for this, because a lot of people cannot do this. We know this. It takes willpower to succeed on retention. Discipline makes you a man. Now, one thing I will say, retention does make discipline easier. The more you do something that you don't want to do, the easier it becomes. It becomes second nature to you. You don't mind doing it. Because if you want to be average and mediocre, maybe this is not the video for you. If you're going to allow your thoughts, if you're going to allow how you always been and you never seek and change, right? Retention is not for you. It's not. It allows you to discover your hidden gifts and talents. I remember during COVID, I discovered that I'm actually pretty good at cutting hair, right? It's going to help you discover the things that you probably held back because your friends probably don't accept it or society don't accept it. And you just going to be you. You're not going to care. what anybody has to say, because they opinions don't matter to you. They don't matter. People gonna talk about you whether you're doing good. People gonna talk about you whether you're doing bad. So I'd rather go all in. You're gonna have to, do the things that scare you. Plain and simple. I worked the sales position when I was living in Dallas, Texas. Going door to door, knocking on doors, trying to sell them, cable and stuff like that, and internet. That was uncomfortable for me, right? I used to dread, just coming up to the door and having to go to all these different doors, right? But the more I kept doing it, I started believing in myself. I started to look forward to knocking on those doors, and my sales increased, right? So, your gifts is something that God placed for you and only you, that you have to find and figure out how to monetize, figure out how to become very great at it. Whatever that is, man. Hey, actually, matter of fact, comment down below, what is your hidden gifts, man? And if you're on retention, what have you discovered, something about yourself that you didn't realize before? I want to know. Y'all comment down below, though. And, it makes you confident in everything that you do, even if you're not sure on how to do it. Like, I promise you, once you get on retention, you start to receive downloads. You start to receive more creative, ideas. You're tapping into your childlike self. The universe is infinite. It's like you tap into that, and you start just figuring out what you need to do and how are you going to get there. This is why it's very important to spend time alone to figure this out. When you always around people, you always around different energies that may be affected on how you think. So y'all got to keep that in mind too. So, when you pursuing to become an entrepreneur, you're going to fail a lot, right? You're going to learn as you go. You're going to learn from your failures, and that's how you become a successful business owner, because you start to learn from your mistakes as you go. Retention, man, bro, nobody was teaching me about this, bro. The only access I had towards, how to start this journey, how to succeed and all that different stuff, I had to go on YouTube, and I found a few mentors, but even then, I still had to put in the work. I still had to go through it. You still have to go through it, right? And, this what makes you a whole man, a wholesome man. This is what makes you a wholesome man, right? Because as a man, your duty is to lead and protect and take responsibility. If you're not taking responsibility for, you can't control, those urges, so you go and watch pornography. You know what I'm saying? If you can't control that, then that makes you less of a man. It makes you a weak man. We got to stop simping too, right? You will probably be disgusted, at your older self, of the things that you used to probably say to women. You should probably double text them, DM them, and you will never see a DM back, right? Because, as a man, bro, your purpose comes first and your relationship with God comes first. And you start to realize this. It's a game changer. This is what retention is all about. Becoming a man, learning how to, do for yourself, learning how to live by yourself, right? Even if you grew up without a father or a male figure, SR is going to mold you into the father that you never had. I didn't grow up with a father, right? He's not dead or anything, but he wasn't in my life like that. So I had to figure out on how to be a man. I had to step up. I'm actually very glad I started retention as early as I did, because my mindset now is bulletproof. I'm not going to use that as an excuse that my father wasn't being in my household, and that's an excuse why I'm locked up in jail. I'm getting into trouble with the law. I'm out here simping, being an emotional man, toting guns. I'm not going to use that as an excuse to partake in those things. I'm going to do better. You have to do better, man. I know a lot of you. I know a lot of you guys can relate to not having a father. It wasn't easy, man, but it was necessary. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Have you guys ever heard that? I'm sure you have. It's true. It's true, man. So go through the fire, man. And let retention, be your second-hand man. Let it be your wingman. It's free. You don't have to pay for courses. You don't have to, go to school for this. You can just do this and just master yourself. Right? And, I really hope this information helps you guys out on how retention teaches you how to be a man. Right? So, in that case, man, I hope this message resonated with you. And if it did, don't forget to share this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. Y'all stay blessed.